Hey YouTube, it's your girl, baby girl. I haven't done a video in a long time. It's just been a busy life, trying to plan a wedding, trying to buy a house, and everything that comes with that. A little stressful, but getting it done. I just want to do a quick video today. I've seen a lot of women who start to shut down because of the things that they've been through with a man and all types of relationships they've been in, and I just wanted to speak up on that for a moment. You should never let things that happen to you, especially that's something a man done to you, you should never ever feel less than a person because of the things that you've been through. Now, maybe you need to just take a step back, remember to love yourself, and, get away from that type of person that you cling on to because you think that it's going to work, and try to move outside of your box. You never know who your soulmate could be, and if you're limiting yourself, then you'll never see the difference of one man from the next. You'll always be in that same position over and over again. And not all men are bad, and not all men cheat, not all men lie. And I'm here to tell you that I've been in relationships where I thought that there would never be a day where I actually love a man. There'll never be a day where a man actually loves me fully and gives me his heart fully. Because some men just don't care. Some men they don't care about anything. They only care about what they could get from a woman, and that's it, and that's all. And they'll move on to the next and it's a repeating cycle for them. But do not ever let what one man does to you, don't let that define love. Don't let that define your life. Everybody deserves love, and there is a love out there for you. You just have to be patient. Let it find you. That's what I did. I was dating people just wanting to feel loved, and I never felt that. It was always something, and you start to feel like it's you. You start to feel like it's something you did. You start to feel like you need to change something in order for something great to happen, and that's not the case. You should never change who you are for a man. You should never change who you are for anybody. You are who you are for a reason, and you will always be that person. And if that person doesn't accept you, that's not the person for you. You should never ever change who you are for a man. Change yourself for you, not for someone else. And there's things that I feel like in my life I need to work on within myself, but there'll never be a time where I let someone tell me that I need to change something about myself. If I don't feel like I need to change it, I'm not going to change it, because I am me. You get me 100%, and that's it, and that's all. If you can't handle that, you don't need to be in my life. I come from a family who has no filter. I come from a family who tells it like it is. My mom, she doesn't sugarcoat anything for anybody. So I, in turn, am not going to sugarcoat anything for anybody, because that's how I was raised, and that's how I choose to live my life. Because once you start sugarcoating things for people, people start to walk all over you. People start to just do anything because they know that you're not going to tell them nothing about what's going on or how they're making you feel. And in my case, I used to let people walk all over me, and I refuse to let people walk all over me, especially a man, my family, friends. Nobody's going to walk over me unless I allow them to, and I choose to not allow them to, because that's draining. But anyways, back to the men subject. Women feel like a man has to validate them. You should never feel like a man has to validate you. You validate you. You know who you are. You know who you want to be, and you know what you want to become. Stay true to you. Don't ever let a man make you feel like, oh, I need to change this so he could love me. Oh, I need to do this so he could love me. Oh, I need to lay down for this man because that's the only way he's going to love me. I need to go sleep around because that's the only way I feel love. Do not ever disrespect yourself. Do not ever devalue yourself in that way. That is not the way to find love. That's not the way that your love is going to come to you. The only thing that comes from all those things is heartache, heartbreak, and you just start feeling so bad about yourself. And some may say I can't speak on, what some women do, but you see it. And it's in my family. Like, I'm gonna be truthful. It's in my family somewhere, and I know what it's doing to that person, and that person doesn't see what it's doing to her, and it's just a cycle that she's gonna continue to go through until she actually looks within herself, starts loving herself, starts taking care of herself, and she'll finally realize that what she's doing to try to validate who she is by sleeping with this man or sleeping with that man and trying to find love, she knows she's not going to find it until she finds herself. And it takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of people that's like been through so much and is like stuck in their ways. It takes them a long time to realize that what they're doing is only hurting them and not helping them. And I just hope that this person that's in my family, I hope that she starts to value herself. I hope she starts to love herself fully. I hope she starts to feel that she shouldn't be doing these things to try to be validated by a man. And I hope she realizes that what she's doing for these men, it's not love. I want this woman to respect herself. I want this woman to stand in the mirror and just tell herself, I am beautiful. I am smart. This is not for me. What God has for me will be, and I just need to be patient. And I feel like that's one of her problems. She's not patient. And I hope one day, I pray one day that she starts to be patient and starts to realize that she's living a life that's never a cycle that's never going to end, and it's just going to keep continuing until she stops it and puts herself first. So if there's women out there and you feel like okay, if a guy cheats on you, you feel like you're less than because he cheated on you. Him cheating on you has nothing to do with what you did or did not do. Him cheating on you is a choice he made. Him lying to you is a choice he made. It's not something that you could have done to prevent him from doing it, because the only person that could prevent him from doing the cheating and the lying is himself. And when a man cheats and lies, that's a choice he's making on his own, because he doesn't truly love you and he truly doesn't love himself. Self-love starts with taking care of your body. Your body is your temple. And if you choose to sleep around with this person, that person, and the next person, you don't respect your body. Your body is your temple is not a temple no more. And what I don't understand is why men feel the need to cheat. If you feel like you're unhappy in a relationship, go remove yourself and go find what's going to make you happy. But sleeping with this woman, that woman, the next woman, and the woman over there, that is not going to find you what you truly want in life. And some men don't want love. Some men just want something quick, boom, bam, bye. That's just some men. And you have to find that man that wants all the things that you want in life. You want love. Find someone that you truly feel like is going to love you. You want children. Find a man that's going to be on the same page with you about having children. You want a home. You want someone that's going to invest in you. Find that man that's going to invest in you. And you find a man that you want to invest in also. A relationship it's not one-sided. It takes two to tango. It takes two to be happy. One person can't be happy and the other person is not happy. That's not how a relationship works. If you work to make sure that you yourself is happy and your significant other is happy without having to change things about yourself, that's when you truly found who you're supposed to be with. And it's sad to see some women doing the things they do just because they want to feel that their love for those 2 seconds, those 5 seconds, those 1 minute, whatever. And I just want I want women to realize that you don't have to change who you are for the person you're supposed to be with. You are made to be who you are for a reason. You are who you are for a reason. You're put on this earth for a purpose. And your purpose is not to change who you are for a man, just for a man to say he loves you and then be gone the next day. You guys really have to start putting yourself first. Like, if a guy isn't showing you the things that you want, you need to walk away. And yeah, you might like that person a lot. You might love that person. But you don't want to live a life where you love that person doesn't love you back, because that's just going to make you feel like you're not worth anything, that why am I here? And no one wants to feel that way. So what you need to do is take a step back. Leave that person. Yeah, it may hurt for a minute or two, but you'll be okay. No one has ever died from breaking up with somebody. You break up with people that you do not belong with because you're breaking yourself down trying to be with a person that you're not supposed to be with. And that's not how life works. And I used to have sisters tell me, "Oh, you don't know this, you don't know that because of your age." But my age has nothing to do with what I know. My age does not have nothing to do with what I see. You don't have to be a certain age to know a lot about a relationship. You don't need to be a certain age to know how a mother should nurture and care for a child. And that used to be something that irritated me, because people used to be like, "Oh, well, you're only 25, or you're only 24, or you're only 23." I'm 26 now. And I've been this bright woman. I've been wise since I was a teenager. Like, your age does not define what you should and should not know at a certain age. I know a lot because I see a lot, and I would never put up with a lot of things that a lot of women allow themselves to put up with. You should find someone that will be there for you. Find someone that wants to be the long-term, not only boyfriend, but in a few years or maybe a few months, want to be your fiance. Someone who wants to marry you. Someone who wants to make you their wife. Find that person. Because being a girlfriend forever to this person, that person, and then that ending and you're sad, and then you hook up with another person and you're their girlfriend for a minute, and then you're sad again. You don't want to keep going up this up and down roller coaster. Get off that roller coaster and start loving yourself. Get off that roller coaster and wait for the one that is for you. Because trust me, that person's out there. You're just not patient enough to let it find you. Let love find you. It's okay to let love find you. It may take a while, yes. Or you may have met someone that you brushed off, and that could be the love of your life, but because it's not what you're used to, you didn't give that person a chance. And, you just missed your blessing. You missed the bus that you were supposed to get on because you hopped on another bus you weren't supposed to be on. Why do us as women do this to ourselves? We don't have to do this to ourselves. It's okay to be alone for a moment. It's okay to collect yourself. It's okay to learn how to re-love yourself. It's okay to take a step back from life and then come back when you're ready. It's okay. Nowhere in the book does it tell you that you have to be married in this many years. You have to be with someone for this long for them to love you. Love does not have a time. You can get with someone and they might say they love you in a month, and that doesn't mean that they don't love you. But you have to really, truly feel it in your heart that they love you, and they have to put actions behind their words to prove that they love you. Now, I was with my fiance for, I don't even know. I was with my fiance for a minute. We were just friends. And he knew all that time that he loved me. He was just scared to love me because he didn't want to be hurt. And the day that he asked me to be his girlfriend is the day he told me he loved me. And I said it back because, yes, I felt that I loved him. Even when I first met him, I felt something there, and I just needed to know what it was. And spending time with him, I figured out that, yes, I really did love him. I really had feelings for him. And the days we didn't talk, I felt lost because I was like, okay, what I used to think, what did I do wrong? But then we would sit down and talk about what would go on. We both have family issues. So we would go days without talking to each other because we're trying to deal with whatever's going on in our family. And the way that I know that my fiance loves me is the things that he does. Not the things he buys me, but the things he does. He does little things like just asking me if I'm okay, how I feel for the day, how I feel during the day. He makes sure that those questions are asked, so he knows exactly how to go about making sure that if something is wrong, we can fix it together. And I do the same for him. We didn't go into this relationship rushing everything. We went into this relationship, just trying to fill each other out, trying to, get to know each other. And by getting to know each other, we figured out, like, yeah, you're exactly what I want. in my life, and I was exactly what he wanted in his life. People may not like our relationship, but that's okay, because our relationship isn't for everyone to like. And in the beginning, I was sad about people not liking us together and people having comments or negative things to say about our relationship. But you know what? All those negative words only makes us stronger as a couple. And we're going to continue to pray for the people who say anything negative about us and who don't want us together, because our relationship isn't for you, it's for us. We're going to do what we want in our relationship. We're going to do our relationship how we want to do our relationship. We are not going to base our relationship off of how somebody else does their relationship. That's not, your relationship isn't going to be like the next person's relationship. Your relationship might be better than the next person's relationship. If you try to follow what every relationship is doing, you're not going to truly know what your relationship is supposed to be like. And it's not going to be genuine. It's not going to be love. It's going to just be like, oh, we're just trying to do what they're doing because they did it. Or, oh, they got married in a year, so we need to get married in a year. Or, oh, they got engaged in a year, oh, you need to propose to me. We don't run our relationship like that. And my fiance proposed to me because he wanted to propose to me, not because, oh, you need to propose to me because I want to get married in this many years. It was never that conversation. And that's why I feel like people feel like we're engaged because I'm hiding something or whatever. We're not engaged because I'm pregnant. I'm not hiding that, and I would never hide that. If I were to be pregnant, I would let everybody know, because I want to be a mother. Everyone knows I want to be a mother, but I'm not rushing that, because when God feels like it's time for us to be parents, we will be parents. So I'm not hiding a pregnancy. That's not why we're getting married. And people are saying that we chose our wedding date soon, but little does people know that the reason why we're getting married on that exact day is because that day means a lot to us. That day is the day that he asked me to be his girlfriend, and that was the start of our life together. So that is why we're getting married in November, and we didn't want to wait a whole another year, because we have plans within our relationship that we're trying to get to, and in order to get to those, we want to do everything the right way. So getting married is something that's going to happen. It needs to happen. Like, we want it to happen. But anyways, enough about my relationship. But I just want women to take away from this video, like, you do not have to change who you are for anybody. And you shouldn't feel the need to change who you are for anybody. The only thing you should change is the things that you feel like is toxic within yourself. Like some things I want to change about myself is the way I view myself. Sometimes I don't view myself as someone who is beautiful, but and some days I do. So that's something I'm changing within myself. That's something I'm working on within myself. That's not something a man told me that I need to change. My fiance is not sitting there saying, oh, you need to go do this or you need to go do that so you can look better for me. Like, no, he loves me for me. And that's what I've been working on, loving myself for me. My fiance tells me, I don't want you to change anything because you're perfect the way you are. And if a man is not telling you or not telling you that you don't need to change anything for him to love you, then you're in the wrong relationship. And there are people in relationships that will say, oh, that girl over there is beautiful, and if I had the chance, I would marry her or whatever. And I feel like that's not a good thing to say in a relationship. Just because, like, the only person you should be focused on is the one you're with right now, and the one you claim that you love or you say that you love. And you should not be looking the other way or making things a joke or whatever. Like, that's not something that would happen in my relationship. It may happen in somebody else's relationship and it works for them. That's fine. That's cool. But at the end of the day, your man should only have eyes for you. And if he's out looking, oh, she's beautiful, oh, she has a big butt, oh, she has this, or oh, she has that, like, that's things that he's looking at is the things he wants on you. And if it's not something you have, then you, in turn, you're not that person for him. Like, yeah, we all have celebrity crushes and all that, but I would never tell him. One of my celebrity crushes is Bruno Mars. But Bruno Mars is short, has curly hair, and whatever. I don't want that for my fiance because that's not truly what I want in my relationship. I love my fiance just the way he is. I love his race. I love his face. I love his hard working attitude. I love him. He's silly. He's goofy. That's traits that I love about him that no one else can give me. No one else can give me what he gives me from himself because he is who he is and he will always be who he is. But anyways, I feel like I talked a lot. I hope women start to really love themselves, really value themselves, really just sit down and take a step back and realize that if a man is telling you to change something about you, let him move on and you move on also. Because my mom used to say, there's more fish in the sea. And it may take you a while to find who you're supposed to be with, and that's okay. Love doesn't come up overnight. Knight in shining armor is not going to be delivered overnight like a package. You have to be patient, you have to wait, and you have to want to love, and you have to love yourself. And that's where I'm going to end the video. I love you guys. I love all my YouTube followers. And I'll be back with another video soon, hopefully.